Hi friends, welcome to classes by Lab Doctor. I'm Dr. Divya, and in today's class let us see what are the various abnormalities in the sperm morphology, what we can pick up on the slide. See, the WHO has classified the sperm morphology on various strict criteria. For example, it has said that the head, when we say the sperm head, it should be smooth, it should be regularly countered, उसका shape जो है वो oval होना चाहिए, and it should have a smooth head. इसका जो acrosomal region रहेगा, that should be around 40 to 70% of the head area, and the acrosomal region should contain no large vacuoles. And suppose अगर vacuoles भी है, then there should not be more than 2 small vacuoles, which should not be occupying more than 1/5 of the sperm head. And the post-acrosomal area, that is the nucleus, should not have any vacuoles. So any abnormality from this would be classified as an abnormal head morphology. That means अगर acrosomal का जो एरिया है वो लेस देन 40% है या मोर देन 70% है नॉर्मल से, देन इट इज एबनॉर्मल हेड. अगर वो लेंथ टू विड्थ रेशियो दैट इज लेस और मोर देन द नॉर्मल, देन इट वुड बी क्लासिफाइड एज एबनॉर्मल. अगर उसका शेप एबनॉर्मल है, ओवल छोड़ के इट इज पायरिफॉर्म, एमॉर्फस, एसिमेट्रिक, देन इट इज एबनॉर्मल. अगर उसमें वैक्यूल्स है and if the vacuoles are more than 1/5 of the head area or they are located in the post acrosomal area, वो न्यूक्लियस के एरिया में अगर है और अगर डबल हेड से और ऐसे एनी कॉम्बिनेशन है, तो दैट वुड बी क्लासिफाइड एज एन एबनॉर्मल हेड morphology. Similarly, the midpiece. According to WHO, the midpiece should be slender, it should be regular, and it has to be the same length as that of the sperm head. And the major axis of the midpiece should be in alignment with the major axis of the sperm head. अगर वो thin है या thick है, asymmetric है, sharply bent है, then it would be classified as an abnormal midpiece. Now coming to the tail. The principal piece जो रहता है the tail का, that has to be uniform, it has to be thinner than the midpiece and approximately 45 micrometer length होना चाहिए. It cannot have a coiled tail etc. It cannot have hairpin bends etc. अगर sharply angulated bends है, अगर coiled है, अगर short है, irregular है, multiple tails है, then this would be classified as abnormal. Now the cytoplasmic residue. Cytoplasmic droplets which are there, they can be there, but they should be less than 1/3 of the normal sperm head size. Suppose अगर residual cytoplasm is more than 1/3 of the normal head size, then it becomes excess cytoplasmic residue. So these are the head defects what you can see. See this head, it is tapered. This is a pyriform head. This is a rounded head. Here there is no acrosome at all. Here these are the amorphous head. They are not at all oval. Here this is a vacuolated head. We don't want so many vacuoles here. The neck and the midpiece. So it is bent neck, asymmetric neck, thick insertion, thin insertion. Here you can see the tail defects. They are very short. It is bent, it is coiled, and here you can see there is excessive cytoplasmic residue which is more than 1/3 of the head. So these are all the abnormal morphologies of the sperm. So a normal sperm, what you will see, it will have an oval head and it will have an intact midpiece and a tail which is uncoiled. Normal sperm जो रहेगा, it will have a healthy genetic information. That means उसमें adequate number of chromosomes होंगे, ज़्यादा भी नहीं, कम भी नहीं. जब ये adequate chromosomes नहीं रहते हैं, that is when the morphology of the sperm changes. This macrocephaly. Macrocephaly means इसका जो हेड है ये बहुत बड़ा है, जायंट हेड है. So these types of sperms, why they are having such a big head? Because they will carry an extra chromosomes and they will have a problem in fertilizing the women's egg. So this could be formed by many of the mutation, and this sperm abnormality could be genetic. So this is a macrocephaly, अगर sperm का head बहुत बड़ा है. Then this is microcephaly. See the head. This is so small. Then अगर आप normal देखोगे तो ये बहुत ही छोटा है. So here also there could be a defective acrosome. So then the sperm head can appear very small, or there could be reduced genetic material. This can also cause the microcephaly or smaller head. So here you can see the head is just like a pin. So it is a pinhead sperm. So this is a variation of a small head sperm. Here head appears as a pin with minimal to no paternal DNA content. So sometimes we see this in diabetic patient sperms. So this is a pinhead sperm. नेक्स्ट इज टेपर्ड हेड. अगर आप इस हेड को देखोगे, ये स्पर्म का बहुत ही टेपर्ड है, लाइक अ सिगार. दीज स्पर्म्स आर कॉल्ड एज सिगार हेडेड स्पर्म्स. हियर दिस सपोज अगर पेशेंट को वेरिकोसील है, व्हेन द टेम्परेचर ऑफ द टेस्टिस इज नॉट मेंटेन्ड प्रॉपरली बिकॉज ऑफ द dilatation of the veins or the varicocele, that time it can lead to such kind of abnormalities. So this tapered head sperm contain abnormal chromatin or the packaging of the DNA. Then this is the thin and narrow headed sperms. So this is the extreme variation of the tapered head sperm, and here you will see that it is very thin and it is very narrow. This can also happen during varicocele. So this is called as globozoospermia, yeah, the round headed sperm. So in this condition, this abnormal sperm morphology ये बताता है that there is an absence of the acrosome, or the sperm is missing the inner parts of its head, which is responsible for the activating or turning on the egg and starting the fertilization process. So this process is called as, or this kind of a sperm is called as globozoospermia. So यहाँ पे ये एक्रोसोम ही नहीं रहता है and इसके वजह से वो fertilization नहीं कर पाता है. Then this you can see, these are the headless sperms. So their sperms do not have a head. There's also called as acephalic sperms or decapitated sperm syndrome. So they do not have any genetic material इनमें नहीं रहता है, chromosomes नहीं रहता है. So this also is one of the abnormality. So here you can see a sperm which does not have a tail at all. This is called as tailless or achordate sperm, and these sperms are often seen during the necrosis. And these are the nuclear vacuoles. So here I have shown you few of the vacuoles here, and these sperms are having two or more large vacuoles. So vacuoles are nothing but like a fluid filled cyst kind. So these nuclear vacuoles are visible under high magnification microscopy. While some studies show that these type of sperms have a low fertilization potential, others say that it may not be affecting that much. So studies are still going on these nuclear vacuoles, but these are the vacuoles which you can see in the nuclear area. Then here you can see that this sperms are having multiple heads, or they are having multiple tails. When the sperm has two heads, it is called as duplicate sperm, and a condition which is usually produced when there is exposure to toxic chemicals, heavy metals exposure like smoke, or whenever there is a high prolactin hormone in the male, that time you get this double headed or double tailed sperms, etc. Here you can see the midpiece, which is large and swollen, or the neck area which is related to the defective mitochondria. These changes happen. So this mitochondria is the energy making parts of the sperm, and whenever there is a defect in this, it might affect the movement of the sperm also, because for the movement of the tail, energy has to be driven from this midpiece. Then here you can see a coiled tail sperm, and this also you can see whenever the sperm has been exposed to either incorrect seminal fluid conditions or the presence of bacteria. These sperms cannot swim, and because the tails are damaged, they are entangled, and heavy smoking also sometimes will lead to this coiled tailed sperms. And this is dysplasia of fibrous sheaths, or DFS sperm. So these sperm cells with short tails often have low or no motility. They are not able to move forward, and these type of sperms are called as DFS sperms. So the tail defect happens during the late spermatogenesis, or when the sperm actually is formed in the testis. Some patient with such kind of defect also have chronic respiratory disease with immotile cilia syndrome, etc. And then we were talking about the excess residual cytoplasm. So we have told that this cytoplasm cannot be more than 1/3 of the head of the sperm. But sometimes what happens, there will be excess of this cytoplasm, and this also can damage the quality of the sperm. That can lead to mitochondrial dysfunction. It can cause DNA damage. It can cause excessive cytoplasmic enzyme. There can be excessive oxidative enzymes which might be produced. It might cause peroxidative damage. It can also impair the interaction of this sperm in the female genital tract. So this middle piece, whichever is there, it should not be swollen. The cytoplasm, what has to be there, it has to be less than 1/3 of the head of the sperm. So if it is in excess, we call it as excess residual cytoplasm. According to the WHO, these are the various abnormalities what we can see under the microscope when we assess the sperm morphology. It is very subjective. Sometimes it becomes difficult also to correctly assess some minor changes, but then at least the minimum limit for the normal sperms is 4%. अगर हम 100 sperms को count करते हैं तो 4 sperms भी अगर normal है, उसका normal head है, normal mid-piece है, normal tail है, तो that is also sufficient for a successful pregnancy. But what you will have to understand is जब फर्टिलाइजेशन के लिए या प्रेगनेंसी के लिए सिर्फ स्पर्म मॉर्फोलॉजी ही नहीं, देयर आर वेरियस फैक्टर्स. इट माइट बी द स्पर्म काउंट हो, स्पर्म मोटिलिटी हो, स्पर्म वाइटैलिटी हो. द all these things will also matter when we take into consideration the effectiveness or the chances of getting pregnant. So that's all about the abnormal sperms, their abnormalities in the head, tail, and the midpiece. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please like, share, and subscribe the channel. Thank you.